Hello, welcome to log 43, and it has been one long Saturday. Whew. Okay. Did a lot of things today. Installed 4 pieces in a show. Before that, actually framed the pieces. And yeah, we did a lot of other job stuff, did other gallery things. I did tons of editing, and episode 13 of the Miraculous comic is officially drawn out. For the most part, because some of the scenes take place in a cafeteria, and last time I drew a cafeteria scene, there were comments saying that it looked too American. Turns out most cafeterias don't have like the giant rectangle bench seats. They're just chairs, which I think is nicer. I like that a lot better. But I drew them with the American bench style, and turns out that's not it. So I actually have a little collection of people who live in France on Instagram who volunteered, and I called it my little French embassy. And if I have questions about just French life, I guess, because I want this to be as accurate as possible. Also because I am, as I've discovered, also a writer at heart, and I want things to be accurate. I want to really get into that world building and just make it believable. And, just getting into rabbit hole after rabbit holes about researching stuff for writing is just so fun. So I just gotta fix those cafeteria things, and then we move on to color, which, as I said last log, is going to be simpler than episode 12, because episode 12 was a pain. Episode 12, I tried to use, first I built a 3D model of the classroom, and then I tried to use screenshots of that, and it looks fine, but having to take the screenshots first and then draw the characters on afterwards kind of seriously broke up the flow of the drawing process, so I don't think I'll be using that again. But maybe for wider establishing shots, I'll pull that out. I don't know. We're still learning as we go, just like everything. Yes. Alright, so... okay. Let's start with... last night, I went to bed at 3:30 a.m. I know, it's my latest night in a while. But stayed up super late out of bed, and then stayed up super late in bed, because I finally worked on that document. I've been saying that I was working on my personal story. Oh, I have my little Google Doc where I write. I haven't actually written in it since, it's been over a week. So I just keep promising it, and then it doesn't happen. So last night I said I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. And it's, Friday night. Don't really have to wake up early, even though I set my alarm for 8:30. That didn't happen. But the show install was from 11 to 2, so I still had to get my butt over there, and then also frame the pieces before then, because I hadn't attached wire to the backs or anything. I bought the wire last night, but then it just sat in the bag. And wiring a frame is super simple, so I really didn't think that much of it. And even though it was kind of a rush this morning, it was still more than manageable. I wasn't running late or anything. There were high stakes though. If you didn't get there and install on time, you'd just not be in the show anymore. Crazy. Hit a few hiccups, because I've installed lots of shows before, because that was my job last summer. Such a fun job. Such great people, too. I love that place. But I haven't prepared pieces themselves for shows, really. Because the stuff I've had in shows so far have been wood panel, which didn't require any framing or anything, and I think it just came with hanging stuff. I don't know. It was supplied to me. I haven't had to do this before. So the one print that I gotten a while ago that I said turned out super low quality. I didn't get around to printing a better version, so I'm just framing the lower quality one. It's really not that bad. Wait, ready? I printed 2. So the other version, the other copy, is right here. This, yeah. You see how there's no lower values happening? It's a lot darker digitally, but like the darkest we got is like a mid-tone. It's like someone turned the contrast way down. But what are you gonna do? It was also supposed to be a 11 by 17 because those were the dimensions of the file, and I ordered an 11 by 17 print, and I bought an 11 by 17 frame. It's more like, I don't know, 12 by 19 or something. So, did not fit in the frame this morning. And I couldn't care enough to cut a straight line, and I trust my scissor skills. So, I just cut it up. It fit, and it was a pretty good cut. Only like one wiggle part at the end, but like who's gonna look at that? Yeah, so I threw all those in a bag. I used one of my old sweaters to like cushion it a little bit, maybe. Threw it in my car, drove over, installed, boom. Great. And then I had like a whole day planned of activities and stuff and personal workshops and things, but it was like family visit weekend. So, I mean, not to complain, like, oh no, I had to go out to lunch with my family, but I had to go out to lunch with my family and got back like just before 4. So I hadn't really done any work up to that point, and then I had to walk across campus and print out a poster for someone else's art reception that had to be up today, and I totally forgot yesterday. So, took a big fat walk, but I turned that into kind of a rest because I needed to recuperate. I just needed to take it slow, and you know what? I really wasn't too stressed. I had a very nice time taking a slow walk, and the birds were so loud today in like a good way. There was just so much ambience, and like I'm really starting to appreciate early spring, late winter weather. Like that used to be my least favorite time of the year because especially around here, the leaves don't really grow back. The trees don't really grow back their leaves until like late spring. It takes them forever because they're all like oaks. And personally, I have a vendetta against oaks because they hold on to their leaves all winter, so they just have like dead leaves hanging from the branches all the time throughout winter. Not very aesthetic. And I think they're also technically invasive in my area, so it's like... But, I mean, they house squirrels and birds and stuff. They're fine, I guess. But like sycamore trees, that's aesthetic. Yeah, so I took a big fat walk, and I completed the first task of this week. This is day 4. No, day 5. It's day 5 of the week. Whoops. Speaking of which, though, I had to skip the morning pages this morning because I sat in bed till like 10:30, and I had to rush to get over there, and then I forgot that my family was coming, so I was like, oh shoot, I gotta be back here. I didn't even have time to go into my apartment. As soon as I got back, I walked out of the parking lot, and I saw my family down the street, so just made it. That's how most things go with me, though. It's, you know, things work out, but like just barely. What was I saying? Right. Day 5 of week 3. Still have not done the money log. I swear I will do it tonight. I will. Especially because I spent so much money yesterday. And I bought a coffee today, which was lovely. And I still have yet to make that soup, by the way. Those ingredients are still sitting in there, and I'm like straight up out of food. So that's my only chance of like a decent meal right now. So I gotta make that. I had one apple saved in the fridge from like a bag. Took it out. It was squishy. It was in there too long. So that got thrown out. But Yes, okay. So, while I was getting myself a coffee, because I was really debating it, I was like, oh, should I? Like, I just spent a lot of money yesterday, and like, I'm gonna spend more money on groceries soon, and I'm gonna spend a lot of money on my spring break, and I'm like, should I be doing this? Or should I just hunker down and not spend anything and work with what I got? But then I just thought about like the way I think of money, because I am very tight-fisted with it. Especially with myself, but usually I'm just very reluctant to buy anything. Partly, I do think it's because I am such like a DIY person. Like if I can do it myself, I will. But, you know, when it comes to, you know, spending a little extra on like good art supplies or good food or whatever, I don't know, I'm just so hesitant, like, I didn't have tissues for the first 2 months of this semester. My nose was running all the time, but I just had a collection of napkins that I took from different places on campus, and I just kept reusing those. Oh, that sounds horrible saying it out loud, but like, I just didn't buy it for myself. Because money, I don't know, the way the economy is right now, spending money feels like you're giving up your chance of survival in this world. It's like, I feel like you should hold on to that as much as you possibly can. But that's not the point. The point of money, I mean, yes, you gotta have it saved up for whatever happens, especially in the current economic situation everywhere, but especially America. Yeah, you gotta have some saved up, but like, money it's currency, you know? It's just something valuable that everyone agrees is valuable, so you can use it to get other stuff. And you can use it to enrich your life, which will make you happier. Like, I would love to get a new sweater to replace the old ones I had to get rid of 2 weeks ago. I've had this eye on like a really fun looking one, but I just don't want to look it up. There's a book that I've been wanting to buy, but I'm waiting until I finish the other book, which I think is reasonable. But, and the whole thing about like generosity is the more you give, the more you get. Now, I don't want to be generous for the sake of like hoping I get more stuff. That's kind of counterintuitive. But being tight-fisted just hurts yourself, really. So, I mean, granted, no, I'm not going to spend all of my savings on whatever. I don't even know what I'd spend all my savings on. Besides, like, plants and art supplies. But, I don't know. The point is, it's just another thing I've been denying myself. And, oh yes, I meant to mention this. 2 days ago, I signed up for a creative community. A little Zoom call gathering. It was like a monthly subscription of like $30. It was a lot, but like, I really want to network more, you know, meet more real creative people and professional artists out in the world. Also to kind of improve my chances because I am graduating soon. So I thought this is an investment in myself. That tab has been open for like a week. But yesterday I bought it. Yeah. Oh yeah, the tasks. I did the first task. I found 5 rocks on my walk. I poked around and I found rocks that looks pretty cool. I like it. They're a nice variety. It did feel pretty funny, but I mean, yeah, it was fun. It was fun. And then, yeah, then I have to look at the rest of this. And one last thing, the timers. I stuck to them. I really did today. And one thing I've really noticed is my old way of you know, keeping track of my time and stopping myself is I just wait until it was an hour. You know, like a 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 5 o'clock. A nice even hour time. So I've been trying to merge that with the timers, and that just doesn't work because after an hour of work, I have to make myself rest for 20 minutes. That doesn't make an even time. That's not very satisfying. So I guess I like push it off a little bit, or like I don't take the break, because it would be so much more satisfying if I just ended it on like a number 00. But I just gotta throw that part away. The structured time, the structured block, is the work time. And then whatever. Yeah. Honestly, I'm kind of tired of talking about this. I'm sure you're tired of listening to it. So yeah, it's 9:20 p.m. I've got some episodes I plan to watch. I have some fun doodles to do because I really haven't truly had like a long rest time for most of the day because I slept in so much. And I'm going to have to be there at the art show reception tomorrow at 11, so I'll have to show up a little early, which means I have to leave by like 10:30, which means I have to eat breakfast and do all that stuff before then, and morning pages. So probably thinking of an 8:30 wake up again, for real. And I was up till 2 nights ago. I was up till 3 last night, so I'm gonna have to hit the hay pretty early. And I still really want to write more. So that means even earlier. Dude, I might as well just get into bed right now. No, I can't do that. One last thing to note. While I was up, staying up super late last night, I knew it was bad. I knew I was making the wrong decision, and I was totally beating myself up for it while I was doing the thing. I didn't stop, but when I'm stressed, when I kind of know I'm doing something I shouldn't kind of thing, or I feel like, I don't know, shame, whatever, pressure, I mess with my hair. And then the more you touch your hair, you got oils on your fingers. So like the greasier your hair gets, and that makes me want to touch it even more. So it's like another little negative feedback loop that makes me feel gross. And it just adds even more shame, and it's like double negative feedback loop. Not great. So I kind of woke up this morning feeling ashamed. Not a good vibe. And I didn't do yoga. Did not do yoga. But I walked around a lot today, so it's not like I wasn't active. But I really had to work to make sure I did the morning pages this morning. I'm really starting to feel like I'm maybe sort of slipping back into me before the artist's way, which is not great. Although I was a lot calmer today. I definitely felt different. I felt like my voice was still here. I felt very sturdy, stable. I don't know. Oh. My iPad Siri just went off. That's creepy. That was far away. Stop listening to me. Ooh. But yeah. Oh, also did pretty good on the screen time today, though. For the most part, pretty nice. I think, let's see, I've spent... what's the screen? Oh, come on. I put in my password wrong. Can we not? Okay, a little over 2 hours. But I did spend 40 minutes on my GPS app, so I don't think that counts. So, under 2 hours. 41 minutes on Instagram, though. That's kind of a lot. It's not great. But... oh. Last thing. Officially caught back up on the log editing. I stuck to my timer. Ended up skipping through the last little bit of it just so I can get it exported and out. But we're now back to editing yesterday's, posting, and recording today's. It's a very nice little turnover, which that is nice. Maybe I can finally work on the online course now. Oh yeah, but that's that. I do believe. So yeah, Sounds like an early bedtime tonight. See you in log 44.